Have you ever prayed with all your heart and felt like nothing happened? You ask God for guidance, you ask for help, you ask for clarity about something important in your life, but the answer does not seem to come. Days pass, sometimes weeks, sometimes even months, and it begins to feel like heaven is quiet. During those moments, many people start asking a painful question deep inside their hearts. Where is God right now? Why does it feel like God is silent when I need Him the most? If you have ever experienced that feeling, you are not alone. Many faithful people go through seasons where their prayers seem to echo into silence. You may be trying to live with faith, trying to do the right thing, trying to trust God with your life, yet the answers you are hoping for do not arrive when you expect them. That silence can feel confusing. It can feel discouraging. Sometimes it can even make people question their faith. But what many people do not realize is that God's silence does not always mean God's absence. In many cases, silence has a purpose. Silence can be part of a deeper process that God is working through in your life. Stay with me until the end of this message, because the final truth about God's silence is something that many people misunderstand, and once you understand it, it can completely change the way you see the quiet seasons in your life. One of the first reasons God may seem silent is because He is teaching you to trust Him on a deeper level. When answers come quickly, it is easy to believe. When every prayer is answered immediately and life seems to move exactly the way we want it to, faith can feel simple and comfortable. But real faith grows when we continue believing, even when the answers do not appear right away. Silence stretches your trust. It invites you to continue walking forward even when you cannot clearly see the outcome. Faith that grows during silence becomes stronger than faith that only exists during comfortable moments. When you continue praying, continue trusting, and continue believing during the quiet seasons, your relationship with God becomes deeper and more resilient. Another reason God may appear silent is because He is working behind the scenes. Human beings often expect answers to appear quickly and clearly. We want immediate signs, clear direction, and fast results. But many of the most important things in life happen slowly and quietly. Think about a seed planted deep in the soil. For a long time, nothing appears on the surface. If someone looks at the ground, they may assume that nothing is happening. But beneath the soil, something powerful is developing. Roots are growing, strength is forming, and life is preparing to emerge. If the plant appeared too quickly before its roots were strong enough, it would not survive the storms that come later. In a similar way, God may be working beneath the surface of your life in ways that you cannot yet see. He may be arranging circumstances, guiding certain people into your path, or preparing opportunities that will only become visible later. There are also moments when God's silence becomes an invitation to grow. When answers come immediately, we rarely stop to reflect deeply about our lives. But when silence appears, it often causes us to slow down and think more carefully. We begin examining our decisions, our priorities, and the direction we are taking. Silence creates space for reflection. It allows us to grow in wisdom and awareness. Many people discover important truths about themselves during these quiet seasons. Another reason God may seem silent is that He is strengthening your patience. Patience is one of the most difficult qualities to develop. In a world where everything moves quickly and answers are expected instantly, waiting can feel extremely uncomfortable. But patience builds strength in ways that comfort cannot. When you learn how to remain calm, hopeful, and faithful during uncertain moments, you develop emotional and spiritual stability. That stability becomes incredibly valuable later in life when you face new challenges and opportunities. God's silence can also protect you from rushing into decisions too quickly. Sometimes when we feel desperate for answers, we may act impulsively. We may make decisions based on fear, pressure, or impatience. Silence slows us down. It creates a pause that allows us to think carefully and see the situation more clearly. Many people later realize that if they had received the answer they wanted immediately, they might have taken a path that was not truly meant for them. Another reason God may remain silent for a time is because He is shaping your character. Character development is rarely comfortable. It often requires facing uncertainty, disappointment, and moments where you must continue moving forward even without clear answers. These experiences build resilience. They teach you how to remain steady even when life becomes unpredictable. They strengthen your inner confidence and help you develop the maturity needed to handle future opportunities. Silence can also reveal what truly matters to you. When everything in life is busy and full of distractions, it is easy to lose focus on what is truly important. But when life becomes quiet, you begin noticing things you may have ignored before. You may realize that certain goals were not as meaningful as you once believed. You may discover new passions or deeper values that guide you toward a different direction. Silence creates the space needed for clarity to emerge. Another powerful lesson that silence can teach is independence. When answers are not immediately available, you begin learning how to move forward with courage even when you are uncertain. You begin trusting the guidance that God has already placed within your heart. This process builds confidence. Instead of depending entirely on external confirmation, you begin recognizing the quiet wisdom that develops through reflection and faith. It is also important to remember that silence does not mean you are forgotten. Many people interpret silence as abandonment, but in reality, God may be closer than ever during those moments. Sometimes silence is simply a different way that God communicates. Instead of speaking through immediate answers, He may guide you through experiences, lessons, and gradual understanding. Over time, you may begin to see patterns forming in your life. Situations that once felt confusing may start to make sense. Opportunities may appear that align perfectly with the timing of your journey. And now, here is the most important truth about God's silence. Silence is usually temporary. It is a season, not a permanent condition. When you are in the middle of a quiet season, it can feel like the silence will last forever. But many people later look back and realize that the quiet period was actually a time of preparation. During that time, God may have been strengthening your character, deepening your faith, and aligning circumstances that would eventually lead to the answer you were waiting for. The silence was not emptiness, it was preparation. So if you are experiencing a season where it feels like God is silent, try to see it from a different perspective. Instead of assuming that nothing is happening, consider the possibility that something important is developing beneath the surface of your life. Continue praying, continue trusting, continue growing in faith even when answers are not immediate. Many people later discover that the quiet seasons were the moments when their faith became strongest and their understanding became deepest. If this message spoke to you, take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who may also be going through a quiet season in their life. And if you want more messages about faith, purpose, and understanding God's plan, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also take a look at the other videos here on FaithoriaTV, where we explore powerful lessons about spiritual growth, life challenges, and the deeper meaning behind God's timing. Thank you for watching, and remember that sometimes the silence you hear today is simply the moment before the answer begins to appear.